YouTube, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy said that today we have On the Block with Pimps and Prostitutes by that boy, Tommy G. Now let's get right into it.
Have you ever been petitioned by a cop for
Oh yeah.
in a cop car?
Hell yeah. In uniform.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're in Phoenix, Arizona, on the Blade, speaking with Pimps and Prostitutes, getting an inside look at their life and how it is.
Cops be getting the job done by any means possible, boy.
That's a crazy statement.
I'm pretty sure that's the intro still.
Once again, we dive into the world of
no
prostitution.
spoilers.
This time in
I don't need
Phoenix,
no spoilers.
Arizona. This story takes place on the Blade, the term used for the street where women can be seen walking at night looking for customers. The business of sex is a complicated one. Usually what you find is vulnerable women
Bro, I'm
being
finna walk out there with my cock out. What the
controlled
fuck?
and manipulated by a devious pimp, who oftentimes himself grew up in a rough environment where he saw prostitution from a young age. For a young man growing up in poverty, the allure of being a pimp is both financial and status related. Monetarily, it's a great way to make fast money, and the profession of pimping has been glorified in rap music, presenting an image of a smoothly dressed man with cars, women, and the latest fashion. Phoenix has long been a hotspot for prostitution and sex trafficking, two things that overlap. Phoenix has long been a hotspot for prostitution.
Who's taking these down? I mean, yeah, I'm not taking these down.
And sex trafficking. Two
I
things
tried to
that
give him.
overlap.
Ew.
Recently, there have been major busts, including one operation that arrested over 300 people in early 2023. While most of the mainstream media believes talking to some local vaguely related to the story in a corporate setting of an office is the way to deliver news, I believe the best way to get to the bottom of the story is to go boots on the ground and get it straight from the source. Today, we do just that. Our story begins by interviewing a pimp, and as the story goes on, we find ourselves in a motel room with a prostitute getting ready for work and her pimp in the room as well. It's time to hit the blade.
Quick announcement, time is running out to get your ticket.
Okay, Tommy.
Link in description. And now to the video.
These niggas rapping ain't doing it right. Hustle hard for them bands because that's what I like. I fuck on a bitch and then I'm out of sight. That bitch gave me brain, yeah, that bitch blew my mind.
Who's taking those down?
So it's 5 p.m. on a Tuesday night. This is the first impression of the Blade. We're gonna show you what we see. Just think that this is somebody's reality there. 6-7 days a week. This is how they feed themselves, feed their kids. Like, could you imagine a mom being out here? Mom's gonna go out and work tonight. She'll be back in the morning. That's a crazy reality. They say this is the world's oldest profession, and I wonder if America's making the right calls and how we're handling prostitution. Would it not be safer to have brothels? Would it not be safer for the women, for the STDs? You cut out the pimps, which to me are the guys you gotta cut out of this game. Tell the people where we are.
Tommy getting top.
Right now we on 27th Avenue Indian School. That's the Blade, but really that's the start of the Blade, but you feel me? We just gonna say that's the Blade.
And what's the Blade?
You gonna come down here, you gonna see some fat hoes, small hoes, anything, pigeon toes, but you feel me? Everything down here getting money though.
To me, it's mind-blowing that a man can convince a team of women to work for him, to be on the street, to put their body at risk, and then collect the money for that. How do you manage to do that?
Well, we're not convincing to do anything. They seeing that we provide them a higher lifestyle for them. You feel me? Some females, they gonna be able to go to college. Some females, they ain't gonna never be shit. They need to run into a nigga like me or a nigga like us. Anybody on our lifestyle that's gonna actually elevate them and be able to give them what they need. Be able to, feel me, put them in their car, put them in the house. A lot of people, they gonna be in their mama house the rest of their life. They ain't gonna never be.
Boys in the hood with a pimp with the Schoolhouse Rock shirt on. Okay.
You know what? Fuck you, but you feel me? Turn around. You see that? Can't make this up.
What the
Almost
fuck?
roll the window down.
What advantage do the women have in teaming up with someone like you?
They by themselves, they liable to get broke. When you get broke, you a renegade, you out here by yourself, you ain't got nobody to protect you or help you. Anybody can do anything to you. They know you got a purse full of money, they know you ain't giving it to nobody, so it's on you. You need somebody to be able to watch your back, make sure you're safe, make sure you're okay, make sure you can eat, make sure you get home safe.
You kind of view yourself as the bank and the security guard of your women.
I'm everything.
When they're out on the street, how much of what they bring in goes to you?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. I'm your everything. Like when she go to sleep and pray, she praying to me.
Imagine praying to this skinny, lanky ass nigga.
That's a crazy statement.
Straight in, and
Crazy ass
It
statement.
is, man.
Do you think that's a fair arrangement that all their money goes to you?
100%. Because it's going back to them in the long term. Anything they need paid for, it's coming right out of my pocket. And that's everything.
What kind of things do you buy them?
They might need a whip. They might need their rent paid. They might need a house. Their kids might need some clothes. Their kids might need some food. Their kids might need their daycare paid for. You never know what they might need. But whatever they need, that's why they give everything they got to Meek. And I'm going to make sure everything okay.
Tell people what a bottom is.
That's the can rely on. Like, if all the go, they leave, anything, gonna you can't trust no statement. So bottom
Why they showing the big bitch?
That one ain't gonna never leave.
When you say off,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
When you off on a nigga, that mean like you could be with another nigga, anything. It's really just anything to not to somebody liking. You feel me? Where it's like, all right, you stop with me, but you ain't just stop with me and keep it solid and letting a nigga know what it is. You feel me? You off on me. You did something unrespectable.
And look, just how here she comes back again. How can someone get away with that? That looks like so obvious what's going on.
She ain't doing nothing wrong. She just walking on the phone. You feel me? I ain't see no crime.
Is this something that Phoenix police are trying to bust, or that you have to worry about police?
You for sure gotta worry about police. We go 2 minutes up the street, you gonna see hella police, but like, ain't nobody doing shit. They don't see nothing going on, you feel me? Unless somebody's stupid enough to be seen.
Look,
How
got
do you
money
view
in his
women?
lap.
I love women. For real, I love everything about women, you feel me? I don't even like being around niggas. I only like being around women, you feel me? A nigga ain't gonna keep
Yeah,
me
they
paid.
get you
They
paid.
keep me paid,
Oh.
you feel me?
How would you feel if your sister was out on the blade?
My sister is on the blade right now in
Really?
Vegas. On my
Damn,
mama.
nigga. Your sister's getting fucked right as you speak.
How'd you find your way into this?
Shit, bro, when I was like 18 years old, I was with this little bitch, or really an older bitch, but whole time she was a hoe. I didn't even know she was a hoe. She just always had dough, you feel me? She'd pay for little shit that I had going on, and it came to a point to where she started kind of like, you know, I'm gonna teach you the game. She wanted to see me get paid, you
So
feel
an
me?
older woman taught you the game.
For surely.
What's the relationship you have with your mom?
I talk to my moms every day.
Does she know what you're up
yeah,
to?
Yeah, she know what I do.
What does she think about it?
She don't like it, but she gotta respect me. I gotta take care of myself. She see how I'm taking care of myself. She see how I'm taking care of others, you feel me?
Where do you see yourself on the balance of good and evil?
Straight good. Ain't no evil in me, you feel me?
Mhm.
Everything I'm doing is out the kindness of my heart. I'm trying to make sure everybody that is part of me, I play my part and we smooth.
You're pimping out of the kindness of your heart.
For surely.
Does that sound like an absurd statement to make?
Absolutely not.
What happens if one of your girls comes back and doesn't bring $1 home?
She wouldn't even come back, I ain't gonna lie. She know better than to come back if she ain't got no bread. But it's like, for what? What you here for? Like, you know?
What's the most a woman has brought back in a night?
Usually a quota is about a band, but you feel me? I done had to bring in like 35 bands in the night before.
Is there a particular day of the
Damn.
week that's the hottest?
Saturday.
Okay.
Sunday morning.
Is it a dangerous job?
For me, I know how to play the game right, you feel me? I ain't never in my life been in no danger playing this, but I done heard some stories, but that's about it.
Is it dangerous for the women?
Yeah, I say it's dangerous for them at all times. If they not protecting themselves, they not making sure that they safe at all times, they not doing their perfect screening. When I mean perfect screening, I mean perfect screening. Cause any little flaw could really have you jammed up.
What makes a good John?
He gonna have to pay, and he gonna have to keep paying and keep paying and keep paying.
One thing we've heard in Chicago and Los Angeles from both the pimps and the prostitutes out there is they don't have black customers.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we don't do no AAs.
What is AA?
That's African American.
No African American
Yeah,
customers?
no African American.
And why is that?
It's never really nothing good coming with African Americans. They usually too aggressive. They want too much. They not paying enough. It's almost like a safety hazard.
No, just making sure you're checking
Yeah.
the surroundings. Okay, we're gonna keep going on the blade. Maybe we'll
We
see you
not
a little later
safe,
tonight.
boy.
But, thank you for sharing your story, and I wish you the best. Okay. So we're gonna hit the blade. We're gonna pick up some chicks.
Without having any good street connections that can get me into the rooms with pimps and prostitutes, I decided to try my luck by driving around and trying to pay women for a conversation. This made me feel nervous, uncomfortable, and I struck out more than an 8th grade boy at
What
the
the fuck
day.
you scared for? They paying you nigga, they paying to get fucked. You can definitely pay for an interview.
Apparently, an Arizona YouTuber went around harassing these ladies before, so they were not too
But they
keen
getting
for an
paid, I
interview,
meant.
understandably.
I always feel like such a fucking slimy bastard when we're doing this. It just feels so weird and wrong.
When I visit tough places, I always look for people that are thriving despite the environment. We found a boxing gym, so I figured I'd talk to a coach and hear his mentality and how he steers youth in the right direction.
We're at a boxing gym right now. As you can tell, kids are working out, they're jump roping, they're getting a sweat. And we're with a coach. What's your name, sir?
Rafael Valenzuela, nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you, coach. ¿Qué es el impacto de la prostitución en la área?
Los niños no se enfocan en eso, ni siquiera voltean a ver a ellos. Ellos vienen y trabajan aquí
I'm
en
about
el
to skip
gimnasio y
this shit, bro. I'm honestly, I don't know what this like. Let's get to the action, bro. Nigga, what?
Mucho gracias. Que tú haces para los niños y
Get to that.
So, mucho gracias.
Gracias a ti.
There apparently was a YouTuber that was harassing prostitutes, and so that's making it not very easy for us to try and talk to women. We're gonna hop out on foot and see if we can just get people's stories and perspective of the area. So it looks like somebody's getting
So they'll pay to get fucked, but not an interview. Oh.
just got a customer and they're going to a motel. It feels like we're in another world right now. This guy's kind of geeking out right now.
Feeling like I was about to fold my cards, as a
boy.
last-ditch effort, I decided to go to a motel lobby and see who I could meet. After standing in line for a few minutes, my luck changed when a lady named Roxy got in line behind me. Here's what happened.
Is it normally this slow here? What is it like night to night around here? Does it get hectic?
Sometimes it does. Mainly you have like all the smokers that smoke blues hanging out around here. Sometimes it gets a little crazy, you know, like people fighting and want to shoot each other.
Over drugs or over like the
It's
pimping?
mainly over, it's not even got nothing to do with the pimping no more. It's all got to do with the pills, like the fentanyl. Like it's not their area to take over.
As far as Phoenix goes, this is the hotbed for pimps and prostitutes, unquestionably, right?
Yeah.
So one question I have is, do you think it should be legal? Should we have brothels where you can legally go, do your business, it's a little safer for the women?
To me, it's a job for them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like strippers. It should be legal for them to do it, somewhere to go safe, you know, instead of just walking the blade and then people picking them up and then somebody, you know, hurting them or killing them or something like that.
Have you ever heard of a bad story happening to a woman on the
Man,
street?
I've heard of a lot.
Fuck?
I've seen a lot of females get in a car and end up in the back of an alley, gutted up, cut up. I've seen a girl that was on the blade on Northern and 27th, and they found her body in the back of an alley just laying on an empty bed, no clothes on, stabbed up.
How do you view the pimp in this? Is he a helpful person? Is he a parasite? Is he a bad guy?
I don't think these women need pimps, you know what I'm saying? I mean, why would you need a pimp
That
when
is
you're
facts.
trying to work for the money for yourself?
That
Some of
is
these women are
facts.
vulnerable, you know?
What percent of the rooms here you think are
I
dedicated
think they do it for safety though, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't know.
to prostitution?
Travelers in. That's across the street. And over there, they can bring as many people as they want. Just the other day, I seen these two girls bring a trick over there, and I don't know what they were trying to do, rob them or what, but he busted out their window, and then he left, and then they left. It was crazy. I was like, wow.
It seems like a dangerous world to be in.
Yeah, especially too for the tricks too, you know, 'cause they never know what's behind them doors, or they never know what's gonna happen. They can get set up. Somebody could be waiting for them to rob them and stuff. And most of these females are doing it for the fentanyl, and that's pretty crazy.
Did the pimp get the woman hooked on fentanyl? Is that part of the game?
No, I think that they get themselves hooked on that. Some pimps say if you follow the girl, they'll come right up on you and tell you, hey, well, what are you doing bothering my girl and this and that, and he'll point a gun at you and all kinds of shit. It's crazy.
Have you ever met a pimp that you think is a good guy?
I know quite a few pimps. They're all right. Yeah, you see a lot of ambulance. Just earlier today, they had the helicopters and like 10, 15 squad cars. I guess they were on high-speed chase from here.
The motel
Phoenix?
managers, do you think they 100% know what goes on?
Of course they do. Some of them are with it, and some of them ain't with it.
I guess in some ways I get it. Like, what are they gonna do? Say, no, I don't want to feed my family? Like, that's the thing. Like, every person in the chain, at the end of the day, they're trying to survive.
Yes, yes.
And
That's what this whole situation is. Like the homeless, the prostitution, the drug addicts. Everybody's trying to survive out here. You know, this world is hard, you know.
do you have anyone waiting on you right
Yeah,
now?
I have them waiting
And
on
then
me.
the truck.
No, no.
Do your thing first, and we can talk
Yeah,
after.
they're pushing a shopping cart, so they have all my bags in the shopping cart.
So guys, motels like this, they're hot spots, and there's cities, major cities all around the country that someone's day-to-day life, the way they put food on the table is to sell their body. But you let me know in the comments, should it be legal? Would it be safer, better, cleaner if it was legal? Or hey, no, that's a line we shouldn't cross as a society? You guys let me know what you think. And one thing that's a little spooky about doing this is you never know how close a pimp is keeping an eye on you. Some car with tinted windows. I mean, we just saw pimps with crazy guns in the car. I think if you're not bothering someone, they're not gonna bother you. We're gonna wait for this girl and see what she brings us to.
They find like people already broken in the room.
Yeah.
Like see how the bed's all like moved aside.
Yeah.
Like you can move the furniture out, It's like dirty under there. Sometimes they don't even clean these rooms right. I stayed in that one over there today. And that room over there, I killed like 2 big roaches in that room. You moved the bed, it was dirty. Comforts didn't look clean.
Hey, roaches.
They had like
Roaches can be anywhere, bro.
little thin pillows. It's just crazy. People been getting shot over here. Right now, it's mainly over the fentanyl. El Chapo Guzman put a stop to fentanyl for the blues to come here. A lot to do with cartel, you know. I just got out of prison for sales of drugs. Like, I used to sell a lot of drugs. That's why a lot of people know me around here. After this car accident and everything, I stopped. Like, I just had to quit, you know. Like, I had to get my shit together. I'm waiting for my settlement to come through, and then
From the insurance company?
yeah, Hemp wants somebody that's gonna work. The room he pays for, food he's paid for, the clothes he's paid for. She has to work that off.
When they have sex with tricks, what % of them you think wear condoms?
I don't even think they do. This is a dangerous game. This just one bad thing, you know?
How much does this room cost tonight?
It cost me $84, but it was supposed to be $63.
For a sketchy motel, 84 seems pretty high.
It is high. Let me talk to them and find out if they're comfortable with it. If they,
Can I give you my number?
yeah, so that way they won't be all get sketchy.
Yes.
Hey, I'm in room 176, right next to the laundry room. They're coming.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit then.
The fuck?
Like, think about this, picking up weed. Back in the day, you had to meet someone in a sketchy
Did you
cul-de-sac
say they don't need pimps and she got one?
or the alley. Dealer would drive up, you're nervous, the cops are gonna pull up. And now they have dispensaries. You walk in calmly, you get what you want. You walk out, everyone's happy and no one gets hurt. I think it's pretty similar with prostitution.
To see what a future could look like if sex work was legalized, let's look at 2 different case studies that are out there. In Nevada, the only place in the United States where it's legal, the results have been encouraging. Sex workers report a great reduction in violence, better relationships with police, and like the legalization of marijuana, the counties that have legalized it are enjoying increased tax revenue and tourism dollars that it brings to their area. In the Netherlands, they decided to legalize prostitution in specific districts that they call tipple zones. Cities that have implemented these zones saw a 30 to 40% decrease in incidents of sexual abuse and rape. A study I found from Yale estimates that major cities spend around $7.5 million every year enforcing prostitution laws, and something I thought of is that money could instead be invested to fighting crimes like shootings and theft, things that are a little bit more major. What do you think?
I think they're using that to block it.
Have you ever seen a motel that is this secure? Like, as far as how to get in? Travelers Inn's pretty locked down. We're at Miguel. Throw the drone up, see what we can find. There's some weird stuff going on around here.
That boy's a hood boy.
Hey, Roxy.
Hey, they just got in the door and they said give them a few minutes.
Are they down?
Yeah, they're down the top, so they give them a few minutes because they just got in the door.
10 minutes? Okay, cool. All right, sounds good. Out in the open, there's someone right there.
It's a hope.
Thanks. How are you? So I'm looking to talk to people. I'm looking to pay people for interviews. No? We just have to make sure we're not walking into a setup.
True, because, yeah, that could be a setup too. I think we should bring up one.
How you doing?
They said if you're not fucking me, I don't want it. Like, what the fuck?
Good. I can hop out. You want to meet me at the gate? Here, I'm gonna come out right now so you can see me. These are my guys. What's going on? Nice to meet you. How long do you plan on going out for?
Probably all evening.
You're gonna go for 24 hours straight?
Probably, that's my goal.
That sounds exhausting.
Not my first time. Probably won't be my last.
So what goes through your head when you get ready to go out there?
Just trying to stay positive.
How dangerous is it out there for you?
It could get pretty dangerous, to be honest.
Can you run us through a story of an experience that might give people an idea of how hectic it can get out there?
I mean, it could get pretty dangerous. I had this one client who didn't want to always make them pay me first, and then I'll do the service or whatever. He
That
try to
black
take
bar
the
not
money
doing
back
shit.
from me and shit. I have brothers and shit that I call and they handle the situation.
Do you have some guys that if you need backup you can...
Yeah, not everybody has that, you know? I didn't have that at first.
Is there anything you can tell about your clients or customers like?
A lot of them are still married and
the
literally
fuck?
cheating on their
Still
wives,
married
and
is
that's
crazy.
crazy as fuck to me.
What percent of your clients do you think are married?
Probably over half of them.
Wow. Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
What percent of clients are wearing rubbers and what aren't? Like how?
Oh, I don't do anything without a rubber, so.
It seems like it would be pretty risky to do it without a rubber.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically just gonna kill yourself. I know a couple girls that that do anything for $1.
Can you tell me more about your story or how you got into this?
I'll be 23 next month, and I've been doing this since 17.
What happened when you were 17 that you said, hey, this is what I want to do?
Well, I mean, my mom actually, I'm from Indiana actually. My mom moved us back out here to Arizona, and we didn't have anything. We didn't have a house, we didn't have a car, we didn't have shit. And then my mom left me out here by myself.
Your mom left you out here by yourself?
Yep.
Where did she go?
She moved to Florida with her mom.
So is this kind of just survival?
Yeah.
Harris, is there anything
So how
you
did
think would be
she
important
leave
to
you?
tell people back home that might not know anything about this world?
Don't be so judgmental towards people. I'm a peacemaker, I love peace. You don't know what the next person's going through, really.
How long do you see yourself doing this for?
Honestly, I don't know, but hopefully not too much longer.
We've done a similar piece in Chicago and Los Angeles, and one thing we've heard from both pimps and prostitutes in both those areas is they don't do black customers.
Okay, I don't do black customers either.
Too risky?
Yeah.
What percent of women out here you think have pimps?
I think back then when I first started working versus now, it's a lot of renegades now.
We're brand risk, nigga. We're fucking brand risk.
Versus when I first started working, there's a lot of pimps and hoes.
And do you think pimps are helpful, or do you think they're hurtful to the business model?
As long as they're not a gorilla pimp, then they can be very helpful.
So you kind of need a pimp to survive in some ways?
Yeah.
Is the game plan basically to find customers and bring them back here?
I do car dates.
Is that the most common way of doing it?
Yeah.
Are there any weird fetishes that you come across?
This one guy, he hit me up. He's like, "Are you able to like?" I didn't know what scat play was until I had to Google it when he asked me to do it.
What the fuck is that?
Scat play? Who? I didn't know
Eating feces?
people like really like stuff like that.
For any family or friends that might be out there wondering how you're doing, is there anything you would like to say to them?
I'm good. I'm alive. Shit, they can hit my line. But I do have a son, and I do see myself being more active.
Yo, y'all niggas do anything, eat shit. This not even a baddie and you eating her shit? Bro,
When he's not
hell
with you,
no.
who does he stay
Hell
with?
no.
My baby daddy's mom.
Okay, let's go. You in the game or formerly in the game?
I'll never leave the game.
How young were you when you got into this game?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Who got you into this game at 9?
Just watching. Born in Los Angeles, California.
Did you grow up on Figueroa?
Yeah, I know about Figueroa.
Did you have any family members on the blade?
Cousins, females.
Did they teach you the game?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
34.
Now that you're older, more mature, is that kind of wild to think like that you were that young and put in those type of situations?
Yes, it actually does.
So I hear all the time, pimps take 100% of the money. That to me sounds absolutely crazy. What's your take on that?
She only gonna do what you let her do to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever she go for, that's what it's gonna be. I mean, there is some that do that. There are some that run their program a little differently, you know?
So if people think, man, a pimp is just a parasite, do you agree with that, or do you think that's, or do you disagree with that?
It can be, but see, you got motherfuckers out there giving pimp a bad name.
Is pimping a lucrative business?
Very.
What's the most you think you ever made in a month?
30.
It's like an investment banker's income. It's not bad, huh? Do you ever feel bad
Nigga, I'm finna be a fucking pimp. Dude, what the fuck?
for some of the prostitutes out there?
Actually, I do. That's what made me stop. A lot of these girls were raised.
Hold on, wait, I thought you said you're not stopping.
The prostitutes out there?
Actually, I do. That's what made me stop.
There's income. It's not bad, huh? Do you ever feel bad for some of the prostitutes out there?
Actually, I do. That's what made me stop. A lot of these
So you
girls
did
were
stop.
raised
Kept
wrong.
adding.
They weren't loved how they were supposed to be. It took me a minute to realize, like, the life comes out of that. You know, the whole baby comes out of that. That's crazy. Like, pussy is the root of all evil. It's what make the world go round. This is the best thing on earth. It'll make anybody do anything.
Have you ever had to hunt down a trick and collect money?
Yes.
A lot? On the scales of good and evil, where do you see yourself?
I see myself good.
What percentage of women out there do you think have been sexually abused or abused as a kid?
A lot.
What percent of pimps out there do you think have been abused as a kid?
See, that's what I'm saying about this word pimp. You got boyfriend pimping, gorilla pimping, freak body pimping.
What is a freak body pimp?
These dudes out here that don't care. They'll pimp a tranny, they'll pimp a gay dude, they'll This shit is wild, B. Like, this shit is illegal, flag on the motherfucking play. But I guess if it make you money, hey, man, I ain't gonna be selling a boy pussy. That's out of pocket.
Boy pussy, that's not even a real. The fuck?
144 years.
Okay, we got 144 years?
You know, another one, they got 422 years.
Damn.
420 years?
That pimp must have killed the
Steve
pussy.
mentioned
What
that he
the
knew of
fuck?
pimps that got 144 year, 420 year sentences. I was curious to know the legal ramifications for each of the characters in the story: pimps, prostitutes, and johns. And it turns out it depends on the state. But let's take California for example. For a first-time offender, if someone pimping an adult, they typically get a sentence of 3 to 6 years. But a really bad pimp who's involved in sex trafficking and more may get a few decades in prison, like this Milwaukee pimp did recently. For the women caught soliciting sex, most states agree that it is better to help the women than heavily punish her. Because of this, prostitution is typically a misdemeanor, and instead women are steered towards programs like probation, mandatory AIDS testing, and community service.
Easy.
And now for the johns. Let's take Illinois for example. Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart noticed a discrepancy in the Department of Justice statistics. In 2010, 43,000 women were arrested for prostitution and only 19,000 johns were arrested for soliciting it. He decided he wanted to go after the johns soliciting sex and launched his National John Suppression Program. When the johns are caught, they're given a ticket and a fine, and the money from their fine goes to support counseling and job programs for the Women's Justice Program, a program that supports the sex workers the police catch to steer them into a better future.
Imagine the motherfucking telling you 422 years in the Department of Corrections.
That's insane.
All because
I'd
of
have
the
been like,
state.
give me the gun.
I learned a lot. Do you have any final thoughts?
If you can get out of it, get out of it. If you don't put anything in it, don't expect shit out of it. Straight up.
The families worry about them and think, every day that shit on these streets is going to be okay, but you never know. I mean, there's so many girls that came up
There's a lot of girls that are missing right
that
now.
are missing. They found girls that the tricks took them and raped them and left them in the alley. There's a girl that they found over here on Northern too, and they found her in a suitcase.
In a suitcase.
In a fucking suitcase, chopped up.
That's the worst part about it. Like, they don't have to
Chopped
walk the blade.
up.
I think that's the cheapest hoeing you can ever do. Internet, cool. That's more.
The internet's the worst.
What? That gets dangerous
That-
too.
no,
You can have somebody lying to you about who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Cam it up. You can get through it, just cam it up.
They used to have where get on the internet and do just phone. You don't have to touch nobody, go see nobody. I think that's the safest way.
I feel like if it was that easy,
Because
then
that's what's
nobody
going on
would
right
be
now.
doing it.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
that's the number one fear of what's
keeping
going
them
on
up.
right now. These women are ruining themselves, syphilis, gonorrhea. Like, these women
I
are
haven't had an
catching,
STD yet.
and by the grace of
Some
God.
girls do take care of themselves, You got some girls walking out here like, damn, like they look like high class prostitutes, Like their shit don't
High-class
stink.
prostitutes.
What's the percentage of them
There's no
that
such
are
thing.
not going to doctors, getting checkups, and it's
Stay
high.
at the doctors.
For those that do take care of themselves, kudos, respect to you. Handle your scandal. With the ones that ain't, you need to get it together.
That's their lack of
All of
love.
them
They
need to
don't
get
have
it
that
together.
person to teach them that
Right,
shit.
that's what I'm
Bro.
talking about. Like the ones that don't try to take care of
And
themselves.
that's what the fuck is going on upstairs.
Are the ones that go out and have sex for like $20-$30. Girl, you're really cheating yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You know?
a baby come out of there, that shit is priceless. At the end of the night, they're gonna pay for
One
it.
pimp told me one time, because he wanted me to work for him, he told me, girl, you sitting on $1,000 right now. I'm like, what the f you talking about?
It says men in the Bible, quote unquote, men were made from dirt. We were came from dust, dirt, where we will return back to dust, dirt. Women were handcrafted. And then they said that we shall not lust. I can't help it. Shit, look what you made.
Do you guys think that sex work should be legal, that there should be brothels where women can work at?
Yes. I feel like it'd be a lot more safer.
Yes, it would. And most of these women wouldn't be getting killed out here. A majority of the killing that's out here is coming from prostitutes getting killed.
Because this job involves women getting into cars or motel rooms with men they've never met, this profession carries a great deal of risk. Sex workers are some of the most common targets for killers. Take, for example, the Chicago Strangler, where 50 women over the last 20 years have been killed, and almost all of them sex workers. When you mix the social stigma of the profession and police forces overwhelmed by cases, the result is many of these killings go unsolved, and the predators out there are aware of this.
A lot of these women are also hoeing for their addiction, just to stay high.
How much has fentanyl changed the game in hoeing?
Oh man, fentanyl, fuck that game up. By far the worst drug that ever hit. American soil. I've been 18 months clean off of it, man. Let me tell you, by far that was the best feeling, the best choice I ever made in my life was to stop with that.
What can you say about the power of fentanyl?
It's terrible. I wish I was never introduced to it. I was smoking like 100 pills a day.
What percent of women out there you think are addicted to drugs in some way?
Probably like 2% don't do drugs.
I'd say a lot of them do it just to cope with what they're doing.
What we have to go through, yeah.
Do you ever enjoy yourself with a customer? Like, this is kind of a fun part of the job, or is it never fun?
Yeah, sometimes there's like good customers.
Have you ever been petitioned by a cop for sex?
Hell yeah.
In
Hell
your
yeah.
cop car?
Hell yeah. In uniform. Right on the Bible. On my child's life.
Are they good customers?
Yes.
You be the best ones.
On God.
Did you like cop customers?
No.
Why not?
They can switch up at any moment. You never know.
This girl told me too that she had a cop. He would be her regular, and she would go attend to him. And when she told him she didn't want to do that no more,
He gets upset. And now you want to change the rules and
he
be a
in
little
jail.
bitch.
He tried to put her in jail and stuff.
All right, guys, well, stay safe, okay?
All right, you
Have a
guys,
good night,
you
okay?
guys stay safe out there.
All right, folks, that's been an inside look into this world of pimping, prostitution, the people behind it, the stories behind it, and I hope you learned a lot, because I sure did. The mission of this channel is always to bring you the rawest and the real shit of what actually goes down here on planet Earth. Mainstream media is never gonna show you this, but I will. And a shirt that we've launched, Don't Believe the Lies. Support the channel, get it on the store. Thank you for joining me on this journey. We'll see you guys next week.
Let me try to think about that shit crazy, man. Hey, if you like the video, man. Y'all know any prostitutes? Cause I don't. And I'm out this bitch.